Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us again on your new favorite gaming podcast, Dueling Joysticks. As always, I am 1/4 of your hosting crew, and my name is Heath.
This is Justin.
This is Sam.
And this is Sean.
And we are here to talk to you about video games. First up in the line is World of Warcraft Legion, the latest installment of expansions for the much-loved and long-running World of Warcraft. I think it's pretty safe to say that we've all had a long and storied history with that game.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Not unfortunately. I love that game. They will always hold a special place in my heart.
Silence.
I loved it. You know, it was a bit of a past tense. Yeah.
Well, did you guys play it from launch?
Yeah.
I played it like 06 or 07.
Okay.
Picked it up like
I
midway.
spent more time in that game than I did in high school.
Like in class, like you spent more time playing World of Warcraft than you did in class.
Then I spent in class, yes.
Oh, good.
Not playing WoW.
Beautiful.
In class.
Who'd you originally play, Sean?
You're
in
responsible.
What'd you say?
Vanilla? What did you originally play in vanilla?
I played a paladin, which is like the most boring
especially
class.
in vanilla. Yeah, it was auto attack. Oh my god.
That's all you did, but it was like amazing.
Could be, yeah, with all the procs and shit. Your RNG worked.
What was that skill? I had it on like 4. I pressed that every 30 seconds, and I did
Hammer
major...
of Justice?
No.
Judgment?
Seal of Command, I think it was.
Yeah. Seal of Command, yeah.
It was a talent.
And Seal of Command, stun them, Judgment. It would do like twice as much damage to their stunned, and then you'd repentance them.
Yeah.
And then fuck them up again. But like by fuck them up, I mean wait for your hammer to recharge because you had auto attack and be like, come on, RNG.
You know, and man, as much as I want to get into the expansion and what it is right now, we gotta talk a little bit about the history of this game, which you guys have already started on.
Sure.
But it's like, that was my first real experience with. I played EverQuest before that, and I played some smaller MMOs, but
So did Blizzard. That's what inspired them to create WoW.
Yeah, they openly stated that in one of their interviews.
Which was cool. I mean,
yeah,
it's awesome that a game company actually is enthusiastic about playing games. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of.
I mean,
it might not
feel,
be. Yeah,
I feel like it's probably like a requirement nowadays, but
yeah, I mean,
it's probably fairly obvious.
There's a big conversation we could have about like corporate politics and gaming and stuff like that, and but that's probably neither here nor there.
EA did release Origin.
Anyways, all right, back to World of Warcraft.
Sorry,
but it's like that game was my first real exposure to a system in a world like that. It was up until that point that was the most immersive experience, not just in gaming, but just I'd say in a lot of ways like socially that I'd had in my life up to that point. Getting on there, and I guess it also says something that I had recently moved and kind of like I didn't have any friends here necessarily, so getting on a game like that and meeting people and getting to do stuff was huge. That was it really kind of got me out of my shell.
Yeah. It's not just a game you like sit down and like play by yourself. You have to play with other people.
Yeah, especially back in vanilla, it was like you can there was elite quests, and if you tried to solo it and you weren't a rogue, it was like, well, you're just gonna get shot down.
Yeah, and then you would just go sit at the crossroads and make Chuck Norris jokes all day long.
Dude,
there's probably a subreddit for that now.
Our trade chat or something.
There are a lot of arguments on all sides of a table about what that game did, to and for people. But I got to say that game for me of World of Warcraft for me was a positive experience. Just getting to meet people, getting to do stuff.
I think it's fair to say that game made me a PC gamer.
Yeah.
I always used to, because it was all consoles beforehand.
Yep.
That's true.
That made me want to get a PC.
Nintendo, all of those. But then that game, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play everything on my computer now. This is just better.
So what's the shining features of Legion?
So this is where we get into something that feels kind of weird, because to me Legion is like it feels like a rehash of Burning Crusade.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In a lot of ways, it's like
Illidan's back.
Yeah,
Illidan's back. Yeah,
Go dog. Heard you like Illidan.
Is he like a raid boss?
Hold on, I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
Or does he like give you quests?
Because the new hero class is the Demon Hunter, and well, I don't know if Illidan's like their leader or whatever, but
Well, he's not the only demon hunter.
yeah, I know. But it's like he's released, and then also these demon hunters were released. I don't know anything about the game, so like,
Way to just
it's got something to do
throw
with
that
the
out there
wardens
on the
or something.
podcast.
Like they get released from the place that Illidan was being kept in prison, even though at the end of the Black Temple, it kind of implies that like he dies.
That's the other part of this is like I haven't really done a whole lot of digging on the story for Legion just because I don't really want to know yet. Because
Yeah, exploration
yeah.
in those games
Right.
is like the shit. So.
Blizzard is really good at making cinematics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Oh yeah. Have you guys
That-
seen those new like comic books they're coming out with?
no.
Remember like Warlords? It was they made like cool little like artist comic book things of like a kind of like a video, but it was like
Oh, yeah.
comics that were snipped together for like.
You mean the
Warlords themselves.
Harbinger series
Yeah.
that's out? Yeah, I watched the one on Gul'dan and the one on Khadgar. Yeah, that was
seen
cool.
the Khadgar one, but the
Oh,
Golden
Khadgar.
one was cool. I like that.
Yeah, that was really neat.
Golden, that's like the continent that all the demons and stuff live on?
No, that's the.
It's the Warlock.
Oh, that's his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know about things.
Yeah.
We know about video games.
Experts.
Experts. This game has been going on for so long. Like, it's been running for so long. It's incredible. And,
Their servers must run on Linux.
oh boy. Okay, Sam, talk to us a little bit about the cosmetics in Legion.
The wardrobe system. It's pretty cool. You get from now on, you can, if your character can equip.
Can I
an
look
item-
beautiful?
You can look. Any
You
way
always
you
look
want.
beautiful, Heath.
Define beauty.
Aw.
It's in the eye of the beholder. So I mean, you can look like a full twill set or whatever, as long as you can equip it. But anyway, yeah, the wardrobe system works with any loot you get from dungeons, raids, whatever. If your character can equip it, it saves it to your wardrobe account bound. But if you're like a druid like myself and you're running AQ and you pick up plate gear, you can't use it for your Death Knight or a Paladin or anything like that because you couldn't equip it on the character that you picked up the loot on.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, in order for it to save it to your account, your character at the time has to be able to equip it. So
That's WoW's way of trying to get
Fuck.
you to have a level cap of every single character,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can just mail it to yourself.
yeah,
Okay,
They also
so
added
basically
another-
what you're saying is like if I'm a hunter and I pick up plate mail, like that looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like I can't equip that on my
it
paladin.
doesn't save it to your wardrobe. It only saves like male gear, and it doesn't save like
Or
cloth or
apply
anything.
the
either.
cosmetic. Okay. Well, I don't know. That's kind of shitty in a way. And honestly, that's weird because it feels like in all the ways that Blizzard has kind of dialed back the hardcoreness ish
Yeah,
of their
difficulty or
games.
whatever.
Like kind of made a lot of things a lot easier.
Yeah.
That seems like a weird thing to do. Like not be able to do something like that. I mean,
Well,
they've kind of.
they're taking that out.
Well, no, they're not taking it out.
That's what they implemented. They implemented something that saves loot, like it saves inventory in your bank, it saves inventory, like all this stuff, because it saves it to your account now. But it only saves the items that your character who picked up the loot can equip at that time. So
Mhm.
like I said, like I'm a druid and I pick up cloth gear, I can't. It doesn't save it to my account because it's like, oh, you have to wear leather because you're a druid, so it doesn't save it to my wardrobe.
That's okay. So what happens to it?
It's
just gone.
Extra, epics. You
Oh,
picked
it's
up
just
from
something.
it.
It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
shows up in your inventory.
Yeah, you just vendor it.
Oh.
It's like okay.
Well, all right. I
Yeah.
guess it's still. Yeah, I guess that's still something more than we had. Back in
it
the
saves
day.
it to your database, and if you make like I'm playing on my druid and I have a cool leather set and I'm like level 4 or whatever, and I have gold to like transmog it, but I'm also playing like my rogue or whatever, like a monk, and I want to equip some cool leather. Like I can, as long as I have the gold, because it's saved in my account. I could be like level 10 with like tier, or not tier, but like some cool looking shit from like some high level raid, and I'm level 10 walking around.
So last weekend I was down at Comic-Con and I got to go by and check out the Blizzard booth, and they there was some stuff for Legion for sure. Honestly, dude, it was just a store. Like I went up there and it's just
They
like,
weren't, buyer expansion.
no, I mean I didn't actually
check
go
out all
up to
these
the
cool
storefront because you had to
features.
wait in line to go buy things. Like, and the line was long. Like they had a bunch of stuff like
You get your plushie.
Yeah, stuff like that. T-shirts. One thing that they actually had that was really cool were like full size travel post, like travel advertisements that you'd see for places like Booty Bay.
That's cool.
That was kind of cool. I would have picked one of those up, but it was like
$25 or something.
No, it was like $50.
What?
And I'm like, man.
Doesn't only make money off those monthly subscriptions.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
right.
I was like, you're not tugging those nostalgia strings that hard. So.
Yeah. It's probably the Chinese version, same animation or whatever.
But yeah, Justin, didn't you have something to say about Legion?
Yeah, these bullshit demon hunters.
Fucking honest.
They just, I don't know, they have this really fucking unbalanced mobility. They can double jump, for one.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
Well, there's not that much verticality in like arenas and stuff. Like double jump, you're gonna double jump, and it's like this isn't like TF2 or Tracer. Or
I guess that wouldn't
like
necessarily
shot,
get you
yeah.
away from anything. You know,
It doesn't
in
do
a
anything.
world where fireballs can curve to hit you.
Yeah, I'd like to see the mechanic.
well,
in which
they're-
it's
they
used.
are
I know you can like
magic.
slow fall though. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, you can slow fall too. You
Yeah.
can deploy your wings and guide down on people.
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like a mercy.
And you could do
aspect.
that.
Why don't
It's like-
dwarves get that? What the fuck?
You could.
Dwarves.
Dwarves?
Slow fall it.
Dwarf demon hunter.
Oh.
Oh, dude.
Oh, God. That's so weird.
So is demon hunter, is that like cross faction class
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
can play, or
Yeah, it's like
Demon hunter's a race, not a class.
pandas. or
Oh, it's a
monkeys.
race.
If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I might be
I
mistaken.
know. I guess
though.
pandas.
Wait, kind of in the is it
I thought
kind
it
of
was
in
a
the same vein of like how Death Knights were?
But
Like they're kind of a race.
a hero class, you mean, or
yeah, because they're just
I feel
demon
like-
hunters, but you can either be a night elf or a blood elf. I think those are like the only
Yeah,
two
that's what it
races
looks
that you
like.
can choose it from.
Yeah.
So you could be some
Oh,
kind
for a
of
demon
elf.
hunter. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so you're not going to be a dwarf demon hunter.
Yeah, no.
You're not going to be a dwarf with like those fucking
like
Illidan
gnome,
sides.
Yeah, little gnome ass.
Got my
fucking
demon wings.
got cool ass like blades of Azara, but they're like the size of a pencil.
Did you guys ever equip slowfall cloaks or take a slowfall potion and then it was a slowfall cloak. Listen to me.
I think
the
that
parachute
was a
cloak.
thing.
Parachute cloak,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
As an engineer.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, well, I know the parachute pants, but I don't know why, but like when I was starting to get bored in Endgame Vanilla, that was one of the things I would do is I would just put those on, and then I would go jump into Ungoro Crater and just pop that and just like float down into the center.
Yeah, and then fall right in front of King Mosh or whatever, that giant fucking T-Rex.
And you're like, well, fuck.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of things to do in Vanilla WoW Endgame.
Well,
Besides Molten Core.
A bunch of raids. Those were difficult.
Can I tell you guys what a weird experience it was to take the like level 90 boost from Warlords and then go like walk into Molten Core and solo that place in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That was a weird experience because I mean that used to be like an entire night of raiding
Yep.
to not even finish.
Yep. You'd only clear like half of it, maybe.
Yeah, it was,
or
good
more
times.
if you had like a full good guild, but
I think you guys all have the same, or I don't know. Tell me if you have the same experiences that I do, where an expansion comes out, your vigor for that game is completely renewed for like 2 weeks, where you play the hell out of that expansion, and then subsequently don't log in until the next one.
well, there's just a content drop before. Like we couldn't do like LFR or something until we had a certain gear, and then like
Oh yeah,
the shit was too difficult when we tried doing heroic, and so we were kind of just like boned. So
But it's fucking fun.
Yeah.
For the time you're playing,
yeah.
it's like you
We
get
played
back
with it
in
like a month, but
yeah,
the content drought just ended up screwing itself over. So
yeah.
fall behind, you get left behind. Whatever.
Sometimes I wonder though, in a way, because it's like, do you really feel like you exhausted the content? Because I kind of
we
feel.
did.
Did we?
Definitely. Yeah, because we couldn't do any raids. We could PvP, I guess, but
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought up PvP because like I feel like that enhances any game.
yeah,
Oh,
Like-
for sure.
Like Dark Souls is just part of the game, right? Like as an
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
Like WoW, if you play world PvP, like that's so much more fun than just like
Yeah.
you can't get a quest done because there's fucking like 15 horde in front of your quest giver or whatever, and it's like a neutral quest or whatever.
So, given the choice, you would always play on a PvP server,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
That's no, I totally understand that. It adds another element to the game.
That
you
would
know?
be definitely a factor in me buying the expansion.
So basically, what you're saying
That's
you're
how
trying
you can
to-
get me to play WoW with you
you're trying to
guys.
extort us into playing on a PvP server, so you'll come back to play with us.
extorting. Oh,
Speaking of WoW, what about that gold scamming exploit I heard about?
The one through the chat system.
Yeah, the Lua command.
Yeah. So for that, we're gonna have our resident security expert bring us up to speed. Sean, go right ahead.
So, well, yeah. I mean, it's a one-line command that you type /run or whatever, and
Don't actually say the command.
well, you guys can
People are
look
like,
it up.
I'm gonna
But
test this.
basically, it's like you socially engineer someone. Some 5-year-old kid that plays WoW for some reason, then can use a
5-year-old
computer.
kid.
Yeah, and
They're out there, man.
Hey, I'll give you gold if you run this command. And anything from that point after you run that command, it will.
So you're talking about there's a social engineering aspect that occurs.
Yeah, like you can't just
person has
remotely
to, like,
exploit someone.
Make themselves
someone
vulnerable. So.
Yeah, they have to type in this command.
Okay.
Or you can. I mean, I guess if you. Well, I don't know if you can copy and paste it to them, but anyway, anything in the chat system is interpreted as a command at that point. So you can whisper them, and then it execute these commands remotely on their computer.
So basically, what
in their chat, their whole UI system.
Okay, so correct me on this, honestly. So, from what I understand, it's like you say I'm the victim, you're the attacker. So you have to convince me somehow through some type of social engineering attack to run a command in my chat window.
Yeah,
basically. But then once I do, then that gives you some type of authority over my.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's I could like query your location. I could track you
in game.
Not
Not
getting coordinates to my house necessarily.
Open up a
if
trade.
you could run that in Lua script or whatever, I don't know what Lua is. You'd probably have more of an idea what. I guess it's a scripting language or whatever.
I saw it. I can verify that it's a scripting language.
But anyway, yeah, it's interesting, and like, I mean, I guess it brings up the question of like how in security in video games, like how do you?
Well, it's funny you bring that up because it's like I have the memory of like way back in the day, the original Diablo game.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, there was
Did you scam people too?
No, I did not. No, but this is an extreme, and it's before any kind of like fail safes were in place or anything like that. But
duping.
What do you mean?
Oh, you never duped items, dude?
No.
Diablo was like the mecca of like game exploitation discovery and stuff, like duping items. And you guys didn't play Diablo, did you?
No, I mean I did. I just was fair about it. I didn't dupe items.
Item duping on?
I'll tell you about.
Okay, well, like back in the day, there was a rumor that went around, and honestly, I never saw this personally, so I can't attest to whether or not it's completely true. But there was this concept rolling around that in Diablo and through the multiplayer system that you could remotely execute commands on someone else's computer.
I believe it.
That would allow, like, and I heard things even to the extreme of like on really old systems of fail safes being removed that stopped like computers from overheating, and like there were other commands that could be run to like amp up the processor,
Of someone's computer
and like overheat their computer.
Jeez.
Well, everyone was running ME when that game came out, so
It was, dude. It might have been even prior to that. It might have been like 98 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So anyway, I'll tell you guys about my scamming back in Diablo 2. So I met this online guy. Or this guy, that played the game a lot, and
This is how a lot of stories start.
So not a lot of people play this game with me, so I made a lot of online friends in Diablo 2, and this guy had an ongoing scam going. That was really a redundant sentence, but he...
Please continue.
Basically, he'd create a game, name it, free items. I think he would give away stuff that he would magic find.
Free candy.
And then, basically the equivalent of an NSA, or not NSA, but an FBI van.
That's some fucked up
Stay out
NSA.
of the
Never
van,
mind. Anyway, so you'd create the game, entice people to come into the game, and he'd say, hey, do you want to join my clan or whatever? Because there was a whole clan system in that game that was basically just...
You're talking about Diablo 2, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about
Okay.
Diablo 2, yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
They didn't wear white hoods, did they?
Huh?
They didn't wear white hoods.
No. I don't know what you're... Oh, you're... Okay. So yeah, you would... Because there's no, there wasn't a way you could view other people's items, so what we do is in the beginning town, right, there's a boundary around that town, and we'd go outside the boundary, and as a Sork, you could teleport in town, so, but you can only do it once, because you can't cast stuff in town,
Sure.
right, it's like a safe
Sure.
area, and so we'd say, hey, come to this area, we'll go outside town, we're not going to kill you, and then...
God, this sounds fucking shady.
Well, I don't know why. Forget
No,
that
no,
part.
no.
That wasn't
I'm not like
important,
that, like saying like connotations or anything like that. But if you had an experience like this in a modern game, you'd be like, "Fuck no."
yeah, probably. But a lot of kids played, and they were susceptible to being
Oh god.
convinced. But anyway, so you'd say, we need to inspect your gear to make sure you're approved for our clan and stuff. And so they drop all their items. We'd teleport in town.
This is so bad.
and then just pick up everything, and there was a bunch of useful tools like the map hacks, and which are all local hacks, right? You're not hacking a server to get this information to reveal the map.
Sure.
But there was also one that picked up items really quick, so you would teleport in, automatically pick up all these valuable items that they had equipped, and exit the game.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
You're a bad person.
It was pretty fun. It was
You stole kids'
This
gear.
was a long time ago.
This
Though.
is
Let's
coming
be
from
fair.
the guy who aimbotted in CS.
Yeah,
Just
Justin.
to show you how much of a piece of shit Sean was.
I wall hacked too.
You son of a
Wow.
In my defense, I play that game so much. This was the only redeeming factor of continuing to play, I guess.
That's fair. You kind of hit you hit a
Yeah.
wall at the end.
Yeah,
That end game wall, and then it's like, well, what do I do now?
That was my end game.
Screw over other
Scamming
people.
little kids and stealing their gear.
Scam little kids.
Oh man, that's good.
It was a
right
rush.
there.
It was a rush.
It was.
Anyways, moving on.
It's like Heat.
Oh god.
What's that saying from Heat? It's like,
How did we get onto Diablo, by the way? We just went from WoW to Diablo?
That's how it happens. You just kind of segue around.
You were talking about
It's
the
podcasting.
hacks.
Yeah, we were talking about the
Talking
hacks, the
about
Lua
that?
hacks, and then
Oh, right. Well, it's not exactly a hack, but it's still social engineering.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
If you can convince someone to give you items,
make themselves vulnerable.
Yeah.
AKA what happened here. It's like, yeah, it's an exploit.
Fair enough.
yeah.
Well, cool. All right. So moving on to what we've kind of all been playing lately, I want to talk a little bit about a game that Justin picked up a few days ago. We Happy Few.
Yes.
This is a weird looking game. This is, from what I understand, kind of a take on a postmodern dystopian society. I want to say. Am I right there?
Oh yeah,
Justin,
pretty much.
help me.
No, you were pretty.
So, anyways,
accurate.
can you kind of give us a breakdown of this game?
So, okay, so this is a survival game. Okay, so this is gonna work kind of like Dead Island or Dead Island 2. I don't know if you guys have played those,
Yeah.
but it has. It
Oh,
has
yeah.
the functionality
I know this game, yeah.
where basically you have to pick up all your gear, your weapons. Your weapons break. Everything you get breaks.
So it's kind of like RPG elements.
Yeah, there are a bit of RPG elements in it, and this game's fucking weird. Okay,
So, kind of give us a little bit of a breakdown here. Like, what am I expecting going into this game?
Well, the art style, I know, looks a lot like Bioshock.
yeah, for sure.
I almost thought it was a Bioshock.
it's
game.
not, but yeah, it has a lot of. I don't know. The art style does look a lot like it, but so okay, break down the game a little bit.
Okay,
Okay.
let me have it.
So you got to take your joy. Okay. So what?
Now, joy's the
is-
drug, right?
Joy is the drug that you have to take in this game.
Why do you have to take it?
Because if you don't, then society is gonna label you as a downer, and their cops are gonna beat the shit out of you and throw you in this area that they call the wastes. And basically, you just go to this area to waste away. So this game, I mean, it's only in alpha gameplay right now. It's not even beta. They just kind of released it.
It's a Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's a Kickstarter game. They released it because they're like, hey, we need a little bit more help developing this game. So I was like, oh, this looks interesting. Let's buy it. So I bought it, and the way it starts off is you're in an office, and this dude's job is to redact or approve newspaper clippings.
This sounds like 1984.
Yeah, it sounds like 1984.
That's exactly what the main character in 1984 does.
I don't know what 1984 is. I'm sorry.
I don't think George
my.
Orwell's gonna copyright infringe himself.
George Orwell isn't alive.
I know, that's why he's not gonna copyright infringe him.
So he's in there, he's redacting these documents, and he redacts them based on whether they're good or they're bad. If there's any kind of negativity in the newspaper, he redacts them.
Oh, so not like negativity like for a government or something. You're talking about like if there's anything like sad?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, because it's not
That's
joyful.
dark.
It's not
Sounds
happy.
like Equilibrium too.
Yeah. So you start off by... Go ahead.
Oh, well, Equilibrium. If for those who haven't seen Equilibrium, that's like
What have you been
all
doing with your
art.
life?
I was going to say, anyone listening to this podcast has seen Equilibrium.
probably.
All four of us sitting at the table
Yep.
listening to this podcast.
Okay, so
that game, that movie, you weren't allowed to feel. So if you like felt anything, whereas this, you just feel happy all the time.
yeah, I mean,
Right.
but that was also like an
It's
extension
like
of
it would go
1984 because it was
after
like thought crime, right?
right.
But I guess this is the same thing. If you think that, so is it like
It's a
You
utopia
have an
rather
opinion
than,
Right.
outside of what you
dystopia.
want.
Right.
I would say, probably is the distinction.
okay? So what's the gameplay like?
So
And keep in mind, I know nothing of this game. Like I watched not even a full clip because I got interrupted.
Is it Mirror's Edge?
Your first weapon is
survival
probably a
horror?
newspaper.
Like when you don't take your joy, you have to like parkour away.
you don't get to parkour. You can run away,
Ooh.
and then you run out of stamina, and then you start to get really hungry or thirsty or tired.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
That was
You just
really loud.
ruin that entire
I just
thing.
ruined that. I'm sorry. I set my
You
coffee
almost-
cup down really
you almost
hard.
destroyed your iPad. Dude.
Just okay. Back on track. Anyways,
Okay, so like I was saying, this game has aspects. It's like Dead Island. Okay, so you can get sleepy in this game. So if you start to get sleepy, you have to find a spot to sleep. There aren't a lot of spots to sleep. There's like a house here or there that may have a bed in it, and
So
then you
this-
have your safe house.
This drug is basically like Xanax. Like people are just always.
Well, no,
You
I'm
guys
sorry.
like
This
Xanaxes?
is in the wastes. Okay, so this is after you decide not to take the drug.
Oh, okay.
When you decide not to take the drug, the cops beat the shit out of you and throw you in the place called the wastes.
How did they
Oh,
know?
okay.
I don't know how they know. I haven't gotten that far. I've only
Okay.
played, a few hours of this game. And so, yeah, if you're off your drug, they know. And I'll actually get a little bit more into that a little bit later. So they throw you in the wastes, and basically the waste is all of the downers. Everybody who's off of their drugs. And it's like when you're off of
this
your
is like
drugs,
high school.
Sounds like a bummer.
when you're off of your drugs, it's not like I can see now, everything's clear. When you're off of it, it's like you're a fucking drug addict. You're like, where's the joy, guys? Like, everybody's
So you got like the
insane.
shakes and shit.
Yeah, and
Ugh.
they're all matted and they're crazy, and it's insane. And so in the game there are aspects of you get hungry, you get thirsty, you can get sick from eating bad food, and you can get drunk, you get tired.
Okay, so let me ask, what is the point of this game?
Yeah.
Is there combat? Can you beat people?
There is combat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can pick weapons up and you can
What
fight
kind of
people.
weapons? Can you pick up like a trash can lid and like shield bash somebody to death?
No, I haven't found a trash can.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's still in beta. I hope they release that soon. You can have that one for free.
But there's a lot of crafting in this game. You craft different things.
I didn't
you find
expect
different
that, actually.
recipes. One of the things, I think it was called like a bludgeoner or something. I took a stick and I like taped 2 rocks to it. And I just had a
Bludgeoner.
little bludgeoner.
Aptly named.
So do you have to go to like a central area to craft this, or you can just like you stick them together and you have
it depends what you're crafting. Certain things will require a work table, so you have to go back to your safe house to your work table and craft it there.
Oh, you have a safe house in the...
Yeah. It's a little foggy. I don't know how I got to this safe house. All I know is I got
Took too much joy.
I stopped taking the joy, got the shit kicked out of me. Then I woke up in my safe house, which is in the sewers.
Those are really nice cops to bring you to your safe house.
I guess, right? And so you can craft in this game. It's pretty cool.
That sounds pretty cool. I thought it was like a survival horror and you just had to like avoid everybody, and that sounded boring as shit.
So is there like... well, tell us more about the gameplay. Is it like how do you get from like level 1 to level 2 basically?
Or are there levels?
I don't think there are levels. I haven't
no,
seen
I know,
any
but
kind of level.
I'm just using that as an example. Like, how
so
do you progress?
Start out with, I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. It's kind of random. You start out with you wake up in your safe house, okay, and you. Spoiler alert, I guess, for alpha gameplay, but you wake up and you find this lady just hanging. She hung herself. And she has a note, and this note starts you on a quest on I can't quite remember where you have to go, but it's to go.
That's okay. Spoiler free.
1 point.
So it's kind of like, it sounds like it's kind of like Firewatch is the vibe I'm getting. Like it's kind of like
well, you can't craft shit in Firewatch, but yeah.
No. Well, I've never played Firewatch, but I intend to. But it's like a social. There's social aspects to it, and you have to like.
Well, okay, don't draw that comparison to Firewatch though, because that's a very very different.
Okay.
Yeah, Firewatch is a
story
game. Like it's a almost like a visual novel in a way.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
This is a visual mindfuck.
Okay.
Well, I think because We Happy Few is more like a cross between that and a survival horror, from what I've gathered.
Like Rust, you can craft shit and you gotta like kill people, right?
Yeah. Except it doesn't crash.
You have to, it's like a survival game because there's like bears and stuff.
And there's a storyline.
And there's a storyline.
See, you don't necessarily have to kill people in this game. You get to decide how you want to play. You can crouch around, stealth, stay away from people, or you can just fucking walk up and start beating the shit out of people. It doesn't matter. It's your call. Given if you beat the shit out of a cop when you see him,
they're all downers.
They're gonna kill you. But yeah, if you're in the wastes.
Oh, you can't beat up a downer if a cop sees it. He'll like go.
Well, there are no cops in the wastes, so you can beat up as many downers as you want.
Yeah.
Are there any kind of like hard stops, like it won't let you attack certain people, or okay? I kind of like that. It's like live with your choices.
Yeah.
You have to deal with the repercussions.
Yeah, and so the quest mechanics of this game is like basically you just walk around and explore, and you run into something like, oh, point of interest. This is a quest now. Go do this.
Have you made any cool items that you can remember? Did you attach like a match to
aside from the bludgeoner?
My bludgeoner was about the only cool thing I made. Other than that, I've only made like bandages.
I was going to say, how much time have you put in?
I've put in like 3 hours now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
How well did it run? I mean, it's a Kickstarter, right? So I'm assuming it's like alpha version.
I mean, there are a few lag spikes here and there.
So okay,
but
it didn't
graphically. I would say not internet based, but
it didn't crash on you or anything.
Yeah, no, I haven't had it crash on me yet.
Is it considered alpha or is it beta now? Or
they call it alpha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is your job
so it's not
to like
complete,
get rid of the joy factory so that nobody has joy?
See, I haven't found out what my job is yet. I'm just trying to get out of the waste.
Just like a part of the game mechanic, like there's two sides.
I'm sure. I don't think there are two sides.
Okay.
Because let me explain this part.
It's still in beta, so it's not finished yet.
It's still in alpha, so it's not even feature complete at this point.
You can just kind of mess around in it right now.
Right.
Okay.
Basically. So this is as far as I've gotten. Is I'm in the waste, right? And it says, okay, well, let's get you out of the wastes. That was the main quest point. So I had to walk around to different little points of interest to get out, and that then leads you elsewhere to go get items to be able to open this thing. And so I finally found a way to get out. I got out, and when you get out, you are back in society. And you have to be on joy. You have to find joy, and you have to be on joy. If you're not on joy, the cops are going to beat the shit out of you and kill you.
So if you take like two, can you, man? So do you have to like strike a balance to still be like doing what you want to? Like if you take your joy, what happens?
You become very joyful, and rainbows spout every.
Seriously?
Yes. And everybody's
sounds
very
fucking
nice
awesome.
to you. But
Why would you want to get off that?
so the way it works like being sleepy, hungry, thirsty, or sick.
Yeah, it sounds terrible. Why
So
would you want
you
to
have
get
a
off that?
timer, and a joy pill will last about, I think I tested it, it was like a minute, maybe. It's not a long time at all. And when you leave the wastes, you have no joy. You have, I think I had like 3 pills when I left. And so I left and I took it, and as it starts to run out, like you're getting really close to it running out, they start to notice. How they start to notice, I don't know. But this is where I got really pissed off at this game.
This sounds fucking
Because
cool.
when you click new game and you go to start the game, there's a setting that lets you say, oh, if I die, kill me forever. I was like, cool, let's do that. Let's just get into it. I ran out of joy in society, and they beat the shit out of me with their little death sticks. And I fucking have to start a new game now.
So everybody is on joy and seeing rainbows, but they all carry death sticks with them.
Well,
in
no,
case there's a
these are the
downer in
police.
party.
The police carry the death sticks.
Okay.
Yeah, the police carry the death sticks.
Yeah, come on, Sam.
Obviously.
Come on.
Obviously. In a way, some of the things that you've said about this, not like the aesthetic or anything, but some of the things you've said have kind of made me think of like Dishonored.
Yes. No, that actually comes to mind a lot. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that was the other, like,
So you're kind of like
they
a
all have similar art styles.
pariah, and like you're kind of forced to fucking vocabulary is shit
Yeah, I know.
today. God damn.
No, pariah is a good word. I like that. Social pariah.
Yeah, you used your
Yeah,
I
big
guess
one
that's
though,
kinda
so
weird.
you're like, oh shit.
That was my pariah was my one word.
Yeah, now you can't complete the sentence. You're like, oh shit. Filler.
Video games. Anyways,
You're kind of just forced to stay away unless you're on your joy. Your joy is the only thing that lets you back into society. But it doesn't last long. So
That's
you
some
gotta
deep
take a
ass
shit
shit right there.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know. In my
Fucking
opinion,
game's
once
so
this
meta.
game is
a
done
metaphorical
and out of alpha,
labyrinth.
it's going to be fucking awesome. I
okay,
think I'm going to put a lot of hours into it.
Yeah,
Okay,
sounds
cool.
fun.
right on, dude.
If they can, put in a multiplayer aspect of this, that would be cooler.
We could be a gang.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Joy
you guys,
peddlers.
like real people could be the police, and then like they have to go around like
That would be really
Assassin's
cool.
Creed style and try and find the downers. Be like, well, that guy's kind of twitchy.
That would actually be kind of cool.
Sean's been streaming Inside on our Twitch channel,
Yeah.
Twitch TV
some funny
dueling
clips on
joysticks,
there.
dueling joysticks.
Of me
Something like that.
Yeah.
That and it's really fucking funny to watch.
Yeah, that game's cool.
So, what's your impressions of that so far? We talked about it last episode, but without trying to not give too much away. How do you feel about it?
I like it.
How do you feel about factory farming now?
Factory farming. I haven't completed the game, so I'm not sure what you're exactly referring to.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
but-
like factory farming or whatever.
I mean, but
What do you
I
mean
was
by
kinda,
factory farming?
I was kind of referencing more like the beginning of the game,
Yeah.
like with all the because I mean, I don't know if I want to get into this here, but yeah, but like
You should play the game
was a
to find
spoiler
out what
there.
factory farming
no,
is.
you shouldn't. It doesn't really have anything to do with that necessarily. Well, I don't know. It's whatever you feel like it has to do with it. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this whole part out. So, Sean, honestly though, what do you feel about this game right now?
It's fun. Like the very first puzzle was incredibly simple, but I spent like 15 minutes on it. It was challenging.
It was challenging.
It was
enough.
challenging at the time.
I'm
but,
sorry,
like,
the first puzzle? Which one?
yeah,
You
the
jump over the wooden fence.
no, the first
do
major
I
puzzle,
do
I
here?
should say.
You have to drag the fridge.
Are you talking about that one where it's like the 2 blocks with like the diving board thing?
What do you
No.
mean the chicken one?
No, there was no. I got that one right away.
Okay.
But the one with the two
one took me a
guys
little
and
while.
they walk in different directions and you need to close the
Oh.
thing. Like that took me a
That one
while.
took me a minute too.
A minute?
Well, I mean longer
like
than a
15.
minute.
I don't think I don't think he was.
I wasn't being
literal
literal
terms.
with it.
No, I know. But yeah, that
no, that one was
yeah, it was a tough one
It was.
to start out the game. But yeah, I mean the game's super fun. It had like a lot of things I didn't expect. Like
What?
Well, some of it might be spoilers because like when you come across
Okay.
it, you're like, oh, that's really cool. I never expected this game would have that in there.
Fair enough. Okay.
It's like those little nuances in indie games, you know. It's like, oh, that's a neat little thing, like, and they created,
and I mean,
like,
that's
its
one of those
own special level,
Yeah,
if you will.
That's the thing that's so great about indie games too, is they like have this level of permission to be artistic and to be, you know, to try new things that you can't get with a major studio. I love that. It's awesome.
You know, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, it'd be cool if they had like a multiplayer aspect. I feel like
Inside?
yeah. Like,
well, you know what?
I mean,
like
you can add a
like-
multiplayer aspect.
Well, I'm actually with Sean on this, because even if like like a cooperative mode, like being able to just like play a game like that with one other person would be really cool,
Or,
like
like-
problem solving and stuff.
yeah, or like mini games, like, well, I guess this would be a spoiler, but you know, the submarine level,
Yeah,
like, how cool would it be if there was like a like capture the flag thing in those things, but you're playing with 3 other people across the screen. I feel like
that
that'd
would be
kinda
pretty
fun.
cool. That would be pretty cool.
But one thing I wanted to mention was I was talking to Sam about. Sam has the weirdest look on his face right now.
I'm like deep in thought. So
One thing was, I feel like they could have done was, you know, because it's basically just a side scroller the whole game through, right? Like, what would be cool is, you know, you can see down corridors when you're passing through them, right? Like, what if you could go that direction, or the game just steers off in that direction? Like, it could still be on rails in that sense, but it like gives it that other.
Well, that's part of the thing. Like that's what makes a game like this so immersive is the depth, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like moving through environments and seeing off down hallways and things like that, and it's like you can't help but wonder what's there, you know?
Yeah, I guess it has that mysterious element, but I mean, it could still have that in, like, I don't know. I just felt like it was a lot on rails. I guess that's platforming, though.
Well, yeah, it is, and I mean that it 100% was by design, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's made to give you that sense of wonder, you know, moving through an environment like that and wondering what is this, what is down there, what, you know.
Yeah.
It kind of drives the
They
kind of drives
They
the
do
narrative.
it pretty well.
They do it really well.
They do it really well. Yeah.
That's one of those games that comes out rarely, you know, and
Like when you're running,
it's an experience playing it. It's more than just a game. It's like you leave with more than just the, you know, stimulation of solving puzzles.
that first part when you're running from the van.
That's so fucking crazy.
Oh my god! Like, it's great how they like. It's almost like choreographed the way
For sure.
because you
Yeah.
just hold right stick and shit just happens as you're watching it. You know.
But it still makes
But
you feel so immersed. You
Yeah.
know, that's awesome.
listening to you talk about that, Sean, makes me sound like you want the game to be more like one of those R.L. Stein novels where it's like, choose your own ending. And it's like, oh, I'm going to go down this hallway. It's like,
That'd be
oh,
cool.
giant snake. Oops. It's like, what?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Why not?
Well, do you guys
Turn to page
know?
113
I really
for
don't
this
want
one.
to. I'm not gonna give any of this away. But do you guys know that there's an alternative ending to that game?
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
and it's like you
When does the game fork into that ending?
like
redo it,
probably
I think,
3 minutes in.
If
Really?
I'm not mistaken, though, don't you have to play through it a second time to get it?
You don't have to play through it a second time. You just have to achieve a certain set. You have to complete a certain set of objectives the first time around, and then about 3 minutes into the game, I'm not going to say where. People can look this up if they want to. There's a split you can take, and the game ends there with an alternative ending. It's pretty cool.
What?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, meaning you die and then you respawn.
No.
No.
Seriously, it's like you.
So you can beat the game in 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What?
Speed run, go.
They kind of give you the impression you're in like this dystopian society,
Uh-huh.
but it's really like tongue in cheek. It's more like Brazil, if you guys have seen that, rather than 1984. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
You guys haven't seen Brazil? You need to see that as well.
So hold on. With the Stanley Parable, it's like, so it's kind of like a choose your own adventure in a way.
Yeah,
So it's like everything you do will kind of make the story splinter into something else.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay. That
Isn't it
sounds
like a
fun.
it is.
No,
There's-
I'm serious.
there's-
It does sound
There's
fun.
some
It's just-
wacky, like goofy endings,
Yeah,
and
they have like, it's like kind of comical, right?
yeah, it's super comical at
Huh.
points.
So Sean, I hear you wanted to get back into Ark, or you were
Yeah.
talking about it.
There's like an arena mode that they released recently.
So there was a big patch, right?
Yeah.
A big patch.
Well, they patch that game all the time.
That's still in beta, right?
Oh yeah.
That game started out as like a Kickstarter, but there's a.
Well, I know last time we played it was glitchy as fuck. So
Yeah.
Hold on. Would you guys be able to explain the game to me? For
sure.
Oh
Yeah.
So Ark is like a survival game, like Rust. You played Rust, right?
No.
Okay. What other survival games are there that are multiplayer?
It's a first-person crafting survival game
So
on a dinosaur
that sounds like
island.
Minecraft. Except he's never played Minecraft either.
Oh,
You
really?
have to
No.
survive against like carnivores and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine Minecraft, but with dinosaurs, and you have to like eat.
You can
to survive.
tame them.
And it's not 8-bit, is it?
No.
No.
Okay.
You can tame them.
The
and then
graphics are
level
actually
them
really
up.
good.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's dude, it's really fun. So it's like the premise is that you wind up washed up on a beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have like this crystal in your arm, and
Like a
it's kind of
prisoner or something.
I don't know,
Yeah.
and you're naked. And the crystal is almost kind of like a computer in a way, but
Sorry.
but so and it starts off you have nothing, just your bare hands, and you're naked, right?
Cool.
And you're on the beach, and there are fucking dinosaurs. In
Awesome.
fact, holy shit, you'd be so into this game. It's like a step away from just having real dragons that you play with.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, Justin gets a big boner for dragons.
I think they actually have a
I
dragon.
get 2 big boners for
I
this.
saw an update where like they released a dragon.
There's there's a modding community for this too.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish laying down the premise for Justin
Okay.
real quick. So then, dude, so what you do after that is you go and like
You have to
start
survive.
gathering.
Yeah, you got to survive.
Yeah, you got to survive.
You got nothing. You start out with
you
like
can
a
you can
bandana.
run out of.
Sounds awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
you can die of thirst. You can die of hunger. You can die of heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can die of freezing to death.
Food. No
You
food.
can get eaten by a dinosaur.
Oxygen, yeah.
Yeah. So basically you have to
Build a shelter.
start off with like going and collecting like reeds and like brush and shit and making like crappy clothes.
Yeah.
And this is multiplayer.
This is multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah, people like freely run around and defecate.
Oh yeah, that's you also
like,
can't control your shitting.
Pick up
Yeah.
poop and then like
No, you
put
can.
somebody else's
You can
inventory.
defecate on command.
Okay, well
if
yeah, but it's
need
like
to
you
poop.
can't hold it though. There's no button. It's not like press Z to hold your poo.
True. Yeah.
That game is fun though. It's super
It's still
good.
in beta. They could, I don't know.
Yeah,
They could release that.
but for the time that we played it, we had a really good time.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun,
Sounds awesome.
I can spin up the server like right now.
Should do it.
dude. All right, well, don't do it right now.
Well, I can't. Well, I can't do it right now,
Okay.
but I can go home and do it.
Okay, got it. But yeah, so what else comes with this patch?
I saw a thing yesterday where you like a new one. I don't think it's like a mod or it's a patch, but you can play as any creature on that island. So you can be an ant. Saw a dude
What?
play as a spider. He
What
played
the
as like a
fuck?
snake.
Are
He
you
played
sure
as
That's
this
got to
isn't
be a
a
mod.
mod?
It's
Yeah.
got to be a mod.
That's gotta be.
I think it's just part of the game. Well, it might be a mod though, but I don't know.
Because I mean,
Well,
that's
talking about-
kind of weird. It's just like you're an ant now. Construct your shelter.
It's like you live as that creature in like a day in the
What
life.
the
of,
fuck?
Yeah, he was like a megalodon for a little bit, and I was
That's
like,
kind of
pretty
cool.
Yeah,
You just eat.
you can like hunt people, or not, I don't know if you can
So
hunt
can-
people.
Can people play as players and then you like eat them? And
I
stuff?
don't know. I didn't see that part, but yeah, that would be pretty cool though, because you could like be
Or-
an eagle and probably level up because they have like that animal level up system, like depending on who you're
Right.
attacking. And,
That's
you could like
fucking
swoop
cool.
down out of nowhere and
But,
just like grief people as an eagle and be like, "Wow!"
Yeah.
and then like carry that person,
so sick.
carry that person's corpse to your little.
I just
baby.
want my
and, like, there
houseboat
you go.
back.
Yeah.
So good.
But there's it's called Ark Survival of the Fittest. Is the
Arena thing.
there's an arena. It's like a standalone thing. This
Yeah,
is
it's like a branch off of the game.
yeah. So it's like if you imagine
It's like arena combat, but with Ark.
yeah,
Okay.
like you level up the fastest and you can like kill
That
other
seems
players.
kind of weird though. What do you mean like arena combat
Well-
with Ark? Because I mean like to get up to being able to fight anything
has-
in Ark, it takes like fucking hours.
Yeah, so it has really mixed reviews. Sam's pointing out right here, but it's you join a server just like you would in normal Ark. You level up fast. You can eliminate other people out of the competition.
Huh.
So like they're at that place when they die, or can go lower on the scoreboards.
Okay.
Which is cool. It's like a competitive aspect, right? There's actually a goal to the game other than just surviving,
Yeah.
because otherwise you can just freely roam and
That
collect
surviving
dinosaurs.
part was pretty hard though. Right?
That was pretty
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Right at times,
Well,
that was pretty hard.
I mean, that's all tunable. You can adjust those.
I mean, we did have to use some commands to get rid of that giant dinosaur.
yeah, and anyway, moving on. We're not going to talk about that.
outside of our house.
Well, fucking thing kept crushing our house. We had a primo location.
Yeah.
Just
So-
like survive better.
Kill
than-
So you know what?
dinosaur.
Survival of the fittest, right there.
Yeah, for a gated
The fittest
community.
had fucking the kill command through the console this time.
But yeah, there's another mod that is like it adds a whole other underground section, which sounds really cool.
That actually sounds.
There's
yeah,
like
that sounds
you
awesome.
basically go under.
Like a subterranean kind of thing.
Oh,
I don't know what you
that's
mean
like-
by subterranean, but it's like a dungeon.
No, I mean, well, like it's under the earth.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the newest,
totally.
In the newest update, sorry to cut you off, but like in the newest update, they have there's like a new, what do they call it, like terrain, like regions, like you know how they have like mountains and then they have like deserts,
Like a biome.
yeah, biome.
Yeah.
There you go. It's like it looks exactly like the place in Star Wars with the little Ewoks, like big ass,
Like
mountains.
Endor?
And you can like.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
they said they're gonna try and improve on the like verticality of the gameplay, which like you know you have like houses and stuff encompassing these like giant
That's so
like,
cool.
prehistoric redwoods.
You guys, I
and
gotta be
stuff.
honest. That alone is enough reason for me to want to play that game again.
Yeah,
Because
it was
that
really
sounds
cool.
fucking awesome.
But speaking about performance on that game, but I still get like choppy frames in
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
areas.
I think that's just something we're gonna have to deal with until they have.
Yeah. They said they're
you
gonna
know.
up the resolution of the game too. So like they showed a screen, or no, there's like a video, and the game looked amazing. But they said there's like a new resolution thing they're doing, so it's supposed to like drop
Well,
frames even more.
they're I think what they're doing is their own engine, and I'm not exactly sure on this, but it really feels like it because you know
Yeah,
they add so much in there, and the game actually looks really nice if you can.
Oh, yeah.
if your computer can handle it.
really good looking game, and you can really jack up your character when you go to create them.
Yeah, you can. Wait, there was a Monster Factory for Ark, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was like, that was one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I
Get
remember.
some
Yeah.
childbirth and hips.
Fuck yeah. Oh man.
That's one way to colonize.
Oh, you wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. So, Ark, yes. Thumbs up. I'm really. That sounds cool.
Hell yeah.
Fucking tree fortresses. Yes. I'm
and
good.
that's like
I'm done.
just-
I'm
that's
in.
Just the like latest month patch that
Oh.
I saw, so there could be even more biomes they added or new dinosaurs. Oh yeah, they showed a giant ass dinosaur that's like you can't tranquilize them because the poison that you use to like knock out a dinosaur to like tame them is too weak against it. So you have
Holy
to.
shit.
I think they said you have to use like catapults to hit them in the face to knock
Holy
them out.
shit. That sounds
Just
so
to
cool.
knock them out. Just to knock them out.
Dude.
And it takes like thousands of those little berries to like get them on your side. And this thing's huge. It's like a giant ass brontosaurus with like boulders.
Dude,
growing out
honestly,
of its
even
back.
that part of when we were playing of trying to tame dinosaurs, of like having to like feed him like little like
Yeah.
one little berry at a time, and
Yeah.
like other people standing guard, like there's a fucking megalodon.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Yep.
Can you
So
can you ride a dinosaur in this?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
You gotta
you
get a
can.
saddle, but yeah.
Fuck yeah,
It's
dude,
really cool.
and like the construction and stuff was fun. Like
Yeah.
it was cool making buildings and things like
Yeah.
that.
Just disclaimer,
Yeah, it
it's
has
like
that-
very time consuming.
It has
Oh,
that
Justin's
creative-
watching a video for it right
Yeah,
now, and
yeah.
he's
Look-
just like,
look
Look at
his
that face.
he's so
That's some
excited.
childlike joy right there.
I want this game.
That's like a 5-year-old
Get it.
like
Dude, so-
Christmas.
So let's create a server, arc.duelingjoysticks.com. Let's make that the server.
Okay, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
We'll put that out. I'll put that in the show notes.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Do we
So-
have a Twitter? That'll be on Twitter
Yeah,
too.
we have a Twitter. We'll announce that at the end.
We're gonna get grief by our competitors.
We have to have competitors.
Maybe we'll put a password on there and make it friendlier. I don't know.
Fair enough.
To be decided.
So, kind of staying in the vein of world builders, I want to talk a little bit about Starbound.
Yeah.
So, Starbound, to me, in a lot of ways, feels like a spiritual successor to Terraria. But in my research that I've been doing, I've kind of found that there's not a lot of common ground between development, which is weird.
Well, I think Chucklefish, like those are the developers of Stardew Valley and all this other stuff.
Well, Chucklefish did Stardew Valley, and they did, for Starbound, Chucklefish developed and published it. For Stardew Valley, Concerned Ape developed it, and Chucklefish published it.
Oh, okay.
And holy shit, Eric Barone did everything on Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
At least according to the Wikipedia page. But see, the thing that I thought was weird, that I didn't expect, was that I'm looking at like the development lineup between Terraria and Starbound, and I don't really see any common names.
I think the people who developed Terraria to begin with were in Chucklefish, and then they broke off, and then they like basically, since they all had the similar idea, Like, the people who made Terraria just stuck with their idea of what Terraria should be, and then Chucklefish, when they broke off from the company before it, made their version, which was like Starbound, like Galaxy, and everything's like, you know, just randomly generated.
Okay, because Relogic developed Terraria, and 505 Games distributed it.
Where are you reading this, by the way? Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
It's probably correct.
You
we're
say that
we're
so
at the
weird.
whim.
Wikipedia?
We're at the whim of the correctness of Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Anyways, just wanted to touch on Starbound a little bit because it came out of beta between this recording and the last one we did. And we've been playing a little bit of it, and we're going to play a little bit more of it today, I think.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. I like the aspect of kind of like a procedurally generated galaxy, so to
That's
speak.
always exciting.
It is. It totally is. It's really cool. It's like it's unknown possibilities, you know, which is awesome.
Yeah, which speaking of Diablo earlier, I mean, that whole game was kind of procedure. Like, I think the first one was.
What do you mean? How was that procedurally generated?
Well, I mean, obviously there was a lot of common maps and stuff, but they were each experience you went through the game, like stuff would be rearranged differently.
Okay.
Although it's like it's technically a 2D game.
Yeah.
But you know.
No, I know what you mean. I think
it's kind of one of the first games.
I think what I mean by procedurally generated, though, is that it's not this stuff doesn't exist already as an asset, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, it generates as you explore further, right?
Totally evolves.
Yeah.
Like No Man's Sky.
Yeah, like No Man's Sky. I know we talked about that already. I don't want to go too far into it, but fuck, I'm looking forward to that game at this point.
Yeah, there was leaked footage.
I think so. Well,
by the way.
not only leaked footage, but the Justin showed me a video.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Well, he showed me like a 20-minute gameplay video where one of the developers, or I think the lead developer, was playing through, and it got me really excited to play that game. It just looks so cool.
I'll have to check that out.
It's one of those games that you watch. Sam's like, nah.
I haven't seen the game, or I haven't seen that video you're talking about.
Okay.
But from what I've seen, I'm just like still shaking my head now.
Hey man, I'm just saying it's one of those games that I see on the horizon, and I'm like, I wish I didn't have to go to work every day.
Yeah, right?
I really wish I could
wanna
just stay
play this
home and
all
play
day.
this. But yeah, it's Starbound is it has a lot of commonality to No Man's Sky, and obviously in a 2D side-scrolling kind of setting. But
So that you're talking about the environment procedurally generated,
Right.
What about the weapons? You don't get like uniquely.
I'm not
generated
that far
weapons.
into it.
Like Borderlands, you know how
I don't. I don't know. I don't know yet.
Like each weapon could be procedurally generated and unique to that.
Where it's like
no
random
one else
stats
can,
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not just the stats,
not
but even the
unique in that
graphics.
sense.
of
Oh, I
the
don't know.
weapon.
I've got like 4 wands, and they each they're all level 3, but they do like one does like fire damage, another does poison, and so far the poison is the best because it summons like an orb at a location, and then you just like point your cursor in a direction and like pukes out like poison bombs at people.
That's pretty cool.
Like the best.
Oh, but I mean, we had hours of fun on Terraria. Like there was a time where that's all we played.
Yeah.
For a while.
Couldn't get past that second jungle biome, but yeah.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that's
Plant
what's
Terra.
good about it. You know, it's not that
Over.
easy.
Yeah, need more people, but everybody quit on us. So.
Well, we'll see. We'll see this time around.
Friends or anything? Sure.
I don't know. It kind of felt just like a dumbed down version of Minecraft, though.
That
Minecraft is a dumbed down
I do not
version
agree with that.
Of Minecraft.
Well, I know that there's like a whole aspect where you fight bosses and stuff, right?
Well, no, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, just the like, I got.
Not Minecraft, though.
Huh?
Can't fight a boss in Minecraft.
Can
Well,
you
you
not?
can now.
I didn't play
Oh, you
much
can now.
Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been on Minecraft in quite a while.
I
But
heard
from
something about
what
a
I understand.
dragon, but-
It's grown a lot. There are bosses now. There are like
Okay.
there's a lot more to do.
Good.
There are horses that you can ride.
Do they look like
blocky,
a box?
blocky horses.
Probably.
It's that 8-bit,
I don't think that's 8-bit.
isn't it?
No, we're gonna need to. We'll talk about 8-bit versus like 16.
We'll just call them block
We'll
graphics.
talk about that off.
Blocky.
So I can explain it to you, Justin.
He's gonna yell at me once we're done
I'm not gonna
recording.
yell. I'm gonna use a stern voice and
He
explain
hits
to him
us.
how.
Get the stick,
graphics
Justin. Get the stick. Make this easy on yourself.
Go pick out a firm one.
Oh, I'm glad we recorded that. I need somebody to explain to me what Tyranny is, because someone equated it to Path of Exile, and I don't understand.
Pillars of
Fucking
Eternity.
goddamn
It has
it,
the same
again.
acronym. I do the same thing every time.
But
yeah.
all right.
It's-
So
it's
tell me
like-
about it.
It's if you've ever
Just
played
like
Pillars of Eternity, it's the same engine, but basically the story.
Better graphics.
What?
Better graphics.
I mean, it's the same graphics.
It looks better, man. You kidding me?
It looks exactly the same.
Pillars of Eternity looks like a 96 like computer game, and then like this
It looks
game
like Baldur's Gate. So if
Okay, well,
that's a good
I
reference
gotcha.
point for most people. I
better
think.
looking animations in this one, and I don't know.
Have you
It just
played
seems
Baldur's
more
Gate,
complex.
Justin? You're looking at me like you've never played that game.
Fuck, we gotta get Justin up to speed on some of this shit.
You don't play many like isometric.
Games. Do you?
You don't play many isometric games like the top-down Diablo 2 style games.
No, I don't.
Okay, I love those games.
The one of those that I played was Path of Exile. And
Oh,
I
dude.
loved it, though. It was
I played
great.
like 700
That's a
plus
great game.
hours.
Yeah.
Holy shit! 700 plus
we
hours.
talked about
Yeah,
this
we
last
talked
time.
about this last
Oh,
episode.
fuck.
Don't-
Okay, I
don't get
forgot.
me into
If anyone wants to
PS2,
play that
I
game,
don't-
pathofexile.duelingjoysticks.com. No, I'm just kidding. You can't run your own server. I wish you could. But so anyway,
Tyranny.
Tyranny. Tell me about it.
I mean, they don't release much about the story, but they have some gameplay videos, and Sam's watched some of them, I know. But the story is like, the battle between good and evil is over, and evil has won. So, just to speculate a little bit, like any choice you make in
already
that
dark.
game,
There's 3 parties.
It's
you gotta
like-
choose from.
Ooh.
That's what you start with. You can
Yeah.
either betray one or,
and all of them are bad because evil has won.
Yeah.
So
They're
what?
all
So is
tyrants.
this game just a constant question of like the lesser of two evils?
Yeah, you
Kind
get to
of.
make
Yeah,
the
that's
decision.
what I'm thinking
Yeah.
anyway.
That's kind of
Okay.
awesome.
Like obviously the game hasn't been released. It's supposed to be in 2016, so maybe this year sometime. Hopefully.
Okay.
I don't have much
I
time
still have
left.
to beat Pillars of Eternity, but
Yeah, me too.
I'm looking forward to it. It's
It's fun.
So is this
There-
the same studio that did
yeah,
Pillars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obsidian.
Oh,
and,
it's Obsidian. Okay.
and I think Paradox. I'm not sure who they are. They probably made some games I played, but
That's the developer with that weird like Arizona Iced Tea logo with those iguana looking things. Rolls over. I don't know.
you watched probably the same gameplay video of that I did, where they
I
were
saw
like,
the one on Polygon. Yeah.
they took down the barrier of this castle.
They didn't. It was an animation. They just like walked up and the animation
Yeah.
set in.
But it, there was some siege stuff in Pillars of Eternity where you had to protect your castle, you had to hire people and stuff, manage it and stuff, which is really cool.
I haven't gone that far. Spoilers.
Well,
Anyways.
and they show this animation where they just like bust through this door. It was
Sure.
like, they just fucking laser the shit out of it,
Yeah.
which would be a cool aspect. I think they should incorporate into the game. Honestly, like maybe have like a few charges you can
Okay.
do to like, because it's like
That
a
would be
fucked up
cool, yeah.
world. Like
Yeah.
evil has won, right? So
You
like
can try and break down the door, or you can just have your mage like bust through the wall like Kool-Aid Man.
yeah,
That'd be sick.
Oh yeah.
That'd be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
I don't know.
I'm down.
That'd be a cool thing I'd like to see about
Yeah.
it. But I mean, I'm just looking to enjoy the story.
All right, folks, that's about going to do it for us on the latest installment of your new favorite gaming podcast, Dueling Joysticks.
If you have any questions for us or just can't get enough of us, go ahead and visit our website at duelingjoysticks.com, or you can go ahead and email us at hello@duelingjoysticks.com. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at duelingjoysticks. That's STIX. You can look us up on Facebook at facebook.com/duelingjoysticks, or check out our Twitch streams at twitch.tv/duelingjoysticks.
No! Dueling Joysticks. Fuck, that was so good.